So the first thing you need to do is after you log in with the administrator credentials that I've given you, go up to left menu, click it, and then click Print Documents. At this point, what you will do is go into weigh-in cards, and you have a bunch of selections that you need to do. The first thing you're probably going to want to do is you're going to want to change your sort order so that you can group all your weigh-in cards. My advice would to start first is go with team, then follow it with group, so that's going to be the age, and then follow it with weight class, and then I would even do name, just in case you have multiple kids in the same weight class for a team. At this point, you want to go through and select the teams that you know are coming to you. So if you have a certain amount of teams, you just go in here and click. You can hold the control button and click multiple teams. Okay. For this demonstration, I'm just going to select all teams because I don't have a lot of teams in. Once you're done, all you have to do is hit the print cards. And then what you'll see here is a list of teams. So it starts off with Paul Regalabuto in the 8U division, and the weight class is 48 pounds. And then you can just scroll down just to show you that it does change. You can see Ansley Phillips is there from Willie Walters. If you want to scroll up a little bit, you can see that we have some Rangers in there. And then it finishes, for some reason, 6U, since it's a new division, it gets sorted at the end. So basically what you want to do is right click here, go to print, and what you'll see is that this actually prints 6 cards per page. So hit the print button, get out some fancy scissors, divvy them up, and then group them by team, and then each one of the kids can grab their card and bring it to the associated weigh-in. And that's really all you have to do to print the weigh-in cards. Now we're going to move on to entering the weight and the record and skin check. This is a little bit different than we've done in years past, so please pay attention to this and see the best way to. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go to registration, and then you'll see something called weigh-ins. When you come to the weigh-ins, it's actually going to be empty. You can search by wrestler ID, which is the numerical representation of the ID, which is actually easier. You'll see that on the weight card right here next to their name. So before we actually enter it into the system, we are asking that you log in into a spreadsheet. So let's take an example. The spreadsheet that will be provided will look something like this, but it'll only be the people that registered. Right now I'm just using a sample. Let's say that I know that one of them is Joe Regalobuto. So I'm going to go in, and in the spreadsheet I will put the X that he has passed the skin check, and his weight was 85.9. Reminder, we are entering in the weight minus the 0.6 pounds. So this means he really weighed in at 86.5, and I already subtracted it. I hit enter. This sheet will be used to compare later on. So now how to actually enter it into the system, which is actually what matters. So now you go back to your track wrestling in the weigh-in menu, and you can actually search by the last name or the first name or the wrestler ID. Depending on what's easier for you, you can actually go in here, RE, and you can see that I got 2 returned, Joe and Paul. If I wanted to actually enter the name or the number, I can do that as well. For instance, here I have a Christopher Gutierrez, who is number 4. So I could come back here and type the number 4, get rid of the last name, and hit go, and then it's going to bring up just Christopher Gutierrez. But let's continue with Joe. So I click on Joe, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to type in the actual weight, which was 85.9, and then skin check and just put yes. Okay. Now, the key thing that is different, and this is very important because unfortunately the track records are not importing, I don't know why, is that on the spreadsheet that I gave you is also the record. So if I go back to Joe, you'll see that Joe is 3 and 13. I can either enter it in manually by actually start typing 3-13, or to save you some time, I can just hover over this in Excel, hit Control C, and then come in here and hit Control V. And at this point, I'm going to want to hit Save Participant. So let's actually do another one, but this time we'll actually use the wrestler ID. So let's use that same one. So I'm going to hit 4, I hit go, and this brings me to Christopher Gutierrez. Come over to my spreadsheet, search for Christopher, who is actually right above Joe, passed the skin check. Let's say he is 65 pounds. So now I go back in and I'm going to put the actual weight of 65 and the skin check of yes. You'll notice that 65 is more than 64. So if I hit save, it actually will not allow me to save. So if the person is trying to make weight, all you do is you don't delete the participant, you just go back, go to someone else and continue about your way. However, they're like, okay, I'm just going to bump up to the next weight class. All you do is you keep the 65 in here, you go to the weight class, and you go to the next one, which is in this case 72 pounds. And then you hit save participant. And then after all that's said and done, before you basically say that you're done and that you have verified all the weights and weight classes, you're going to want to take your spreadsheet that's completed with all the weights and the weight class, and then you're going to want to go to registration, go to teams. You can actually click on the team that you want to verify, in this case Chantilly, and then I can go through each one of these and verify that the weights. This does allow you to update it, so if you do catch some mistakes, you can actually update the weight class. Actually, you can update it here, or you can click on their name and then change it here as well. Good luck. If you have any questions, give me a call during the weigh-ins, and hope everything goes well.